Basically, we wrote that song while the Bosnian War was going on, and we had heard about this individual who was a cello player, born in Sarajevo, well respected, played with various symphonies and orchestras throughout Europe, and he had returned to Sarajevo at the height of the Bosnian conflict. And for those people who've never been to Sarajevo, I was lucky enough to be there in '84 for the Winter Olympics. A stunningly beautiful city, built by the Romans, over 2,000 years old. It survived, the Ottoman Empire, World War I, World War II, and this gentleman returned to find the city completely destroyed in ruins. And I think the thing that broke his heart was it was done by its own people. And at that point, during the war, the Serbs were, shelling the city, around twilight, I suppose, so they could see where the shells were landing. And he'd only been there a short while. It was beginning to snow, and he hears the first shells arcing in. And of course, his neighbors are heading for the bomb shelters, but this gentleman, instead of, heading for the bomb shelter, he goes to the town square, climbs on top of a pile of rubble, I think that had once been a fountain, and began to play Mozart and Beethoven as they shelled the city, and he refused to move. And then he came back every night thereafter, and he would play these Christmas carols. And just the image of this, gentleman, playing these timeless melodies, wafting out across no man's land to both sides of the conflict equally, as these shells are going off, silhouetting him against the night. It was just such a powerful image that we kind of arranged the song so the rock band represented, the Bosnians, the orchestra represented the Serbs, and the cello represented that lone voice of humanity in between them, because when a reporter traced him down and asked him why he was doing this insanely dangerous thing, I do believe he said it was his way of proving, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that the spirit of humanity was still alive in Sarajevo. And I think the song works great as an instrumental, but I think if you know the story behind it, I think it cuts a little bit deeper.